Alright, welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. So I would like to wrap up the Alt-Tab crash fix. I'm pretty sure that we have a decent fix for this. So let me revert this guy here. And this guy. Yeah, okay, so. Good. So this reset D3 the device. So that function we will delete. Then we delete this function and this function. There we go. Okay. Good. Then we need to add a comment in here. Jesus Christ, that formatting. It's thread ID. What is this bullshit? Let's delete this. Let's delete this comment. Must have been main active. Must have been main active. Okay, let's add here comments. Super hackers at bug fix name 11/05/2025. This event originally called reset device. What is the function name? Hold on. This guy. Originally called this reset device. This event originally called the device, irrespective of the. This event originally called DX8 wrapper reset device, irrespective of the actual area called reset device intended for full screen, but effectively not. This event originally called reset device intended for full screen. Intended for full screen, but effectively say in non-windowed mode. This event originally called reset device. Originally intended for full screen, but effectively also for windowed mode. If what is this shim called? Windows 10 full screen. Well, I think it's called windowed mode shim. Let me see if we can find it. Shim. Here, maximized window mode. There it is. Yeah. Originally intended for full screen, but effectively also for windowed mode if the DX maximized windowed mode shim was applied in newer versions of Windows. This event originally called reset reset device, originally intended to clear resources for full screen, to clear resources on lost device for full screen, but effectively also for windowed mode if the DX shim was applied in newer versions of Windows. Resetting the device, resetting the device on activate app is not it's not a requirement. Resetting the device on the next instead of, what is it called, a test cooperation level, instead of test cooperation level, test cooperation level equals set is not a requirement. Resetting the device on it instead of that is not a requirement. There are already other code paths that take care of device reset, and therefore it is not necessary to deal with it in this event. Okay, let's read this. This event originally called DX8 wrapper reset device. Originally called DX8 reset. Originally called. Maybe we should be a bit more generic because this will probably change this name in the future. Originally called. This event originally called. This event originally called. This event originally. This event originally attempted to reset the DirectX device. DirectX. Reset the DirectX device intended to clear resources on a lost device for full screen, but effectively reset the DirectX device intended to clear resources on a lost. Let me specify that function name. This event originally called reset device intended to clear resources on a lost device in full screen, but effectively also in windowed mode if the DX maximize window mode shim was applied in newer versions of Windows. Resetting the device on Win instead of test conversion is not a requirement. There are other code paths that take care of device reset, and therefore it is not necessary to deal with it in this event. Therefore, it is not necessary to reset the device in this event. It's not necessary to do that in this event. Yeah, I think that's a good description. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think that explains it. Then let me by the way, we should also clarify what the effect of this was. This event originally called this intended to clear resources on a lost device in full screen, but effectively also in windowed mode if that shim was applied in newer versions of Windows, which led to crashing. Which led to unfortunate application crashing. Application crashing. Resetting the device on that instead of that. It's not a requirement. The other code path. Okay, let's read it once more. This event originally called reset device, intended to clear resources on a lost device in full screen, but effectively also in windowed mode if the maximized windowed mode shim was applied in newer versions of Windows, which led, but effectively. Well, it's quite a complex sentence. This event originally called reset device, intended to clear resources on a lost device in full screen, but effectively also in windowed mode, comma, if the shim was applied in newer versions of Windows, which led to unfortunate application crashing. Resetting the device on this event instead of this is not a requirement. There are other code paths that take care of device reset, and therefore it is not necessary to do that in this event. Finalize instead of is not a requirement. There are other code paths that take care of device resets. Okay, I think that we can remove this as redundant information. Let's say of that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Then let me enable generals so we get that as well. And yeah, let me replicate the fix in generals as well. So we take this guy and we copy it over here. There we go. Then we search for this function here. Then we delete this giant hack. There we go. And then okay, that's good. That also looks good. And then we also add those messages here. Reset device. Let me search for that. Oof. Reset device. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that here. I'll put that here. Put that here. And that. Okay. So did we apply this correctly? Let's see. Looks the same. That one doesn't look the same. Reset device. Da-dum. Da-dum. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That looks good. Looks good. Win main. Looks good. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, cool. Good. Then I think that would be enough. Then let's create a branch. Fix alt tab crash. Okay, so that is gen zh fix alt plus tab crash. Good. Let's see if it also compiles. Oh. I need to close the game. Yeah, let's compile this guy. Good. Let me push it. Yeah. Okay. While we at it, we can also do remotes, fetch and prune all remotes. Okay, so this one is deleted. Good. This one is also deleted. Good. Fix alt tab crash is pushed. Then let me go ahead and so it effectively is an alternative implementation to Alien Droid's attempt to fix that crash. Fix crash when alt tabbing out of the game. Yeah. Alt tabbing out of the game. Okay. Closes. Fixes that. Okay. This change fixes the infamous Alt plus tab crash and is an alternative implementation to this guy. The advantage of this change is that it gets rid of the, what is it called, of the giant hack, alt tabbing. Maybe we should call this also fix alt tabbing crash. Fix alt tabbing crash. Fix alt ALT. And I look on my keyboard, it's called ALT. Like this. Fix alt tabbing crash. Alt tabbing crash. And it's an alternative implementation to that. The advantage of this change is that it gets rid of the, what EA has called giant hack. And no longer resets the device on faked full screen windows from the, what is it called, from the DX maximized window mode shim. Maximized window mode shim. It's faked full screen. Fake. With, let's say, windowed full screen. Full screen from the windowed mode shim. Which newer versions of Windows apply. The advantage of this change is that it gets rid of what EA has called giant hack and no longer resets the device with windowed full screen. To do test on Windows XP. Test on Windows XP. Test on Windows XP, yeah. This change fixes the infamous alt-tabbing crash and is an alternative implementation to that. The advantage of this change is that it gets rid of what EA has called giant hack and no longer resets the device with windowed full screen from the shim, which newer versions of Windows apply. This makes alt tabbing instantaneous without delay. Without this, at least when the game resolution matches the desktop resolution. Otherwise, it goes through the device reset. Goes through the device reset routine as follows. This change adds additional debug logging to device reset calls, to all device reset calls. www begin render typically takes care of resetting the device. Let me resetting device. The advantage of this change is that it gets rid of what EA has called, what the EA developer has called a giant hack, and no longer resets the device with windowed full screen from the maximized windowed mode shim, which newer versions of Windows apply. Let me research this once more. Only reference code shim. Maximized windowed mode. In previous Windows versions, this mode was activated only for certain applications. Even if the game looks full screen, it's not real full screen. The window may just be set up this way that it doesn't have any borders, but the desktop window manager is still composing in the background and giving you VSync whether you want it or not. So any additional information about the shim? Here. Applications that use Dixon are run in a maximized windowed mode. This is required for applications that use direct draw. You can link this here, but it's not a great information. Yeah, I think someone can Google this. It's okay. Okay. No longer resets the device and windowed full screen. Which new version of Windows apply? This makes alt-tabbing instantaneous without delay, at least when the game resolution matches the desktop original. Otherwise, it goes through the device as fast. Test it with 256 times desktop 1600 times 1200 game. Okay. Milestone, stability fixes, labels, critical, bug, crash, stability, I guess. Yeah, it's not really. It's implicit in crash. Bug, crash, critical. Yeah. 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 Okay. Anything else? Let me see. Anyways. Okay. Good. I think that works. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. This was the first fix attempt from Alien Droid, which was at the right place. He was looking at the right location and reset D3D device. And then he was flipping here this one number, this to 1, which avoids a crash, but it's not quite correct because, but what it does basically, what this change does, it still resets the device on alt-tabbing in a windowed mode, right? So if you alt-tab in a windowed mode that is supposed to be full screen, it still goes through reset device, which is not necessary, right? This whole code is bonkers because there are already other code paths that reset the device. So removing this looks to be the most sane, the most sane approach, the cleanest. Yeah. I guess it needs a bit more testing maybe. It would be nice to test it on Windows XP. I don't have that installation here. Just to make sure that it also works still on the old system. Now I only tested on Windows 10. But I think there's a good chance that it works on Windows XP as well. Yeah, I think so. I would expect it works there as well. Yeah, but I could be wrong. No. Good. Is there anything else you would like to do, or do we call it a day here? Let's see what's new in the notifications. Yeah. Oh, I'll look at this tomorrow. Yeah. Use after free on exiting the score overview. Okay. Okay. Exiting the score overview window before it's finished drawing. Some or all of game window instances are deleted, but still drawn. Oh. Okay. Huh. Okay. Let's put it as bug memory major. Let's put it on stability. Okay. Good. Then that what I wish game ranger is like the pace just 5 days after the what? Okay, Revore. Good. I will call it a day here. I think we got quite a number of things done. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I will call it a day. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.